Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show this evening. Tonight, guests, we have a returned citizen that's been out for quite some while, quite a while now. We got Roosevelt Terry, a success story. We want to bring Roosevelt on and talk with him a little bit and get how he's doing what he's doing now and how he intends to make this spread out and be part of his life for the rest of his life. Mr. Terry, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Mr. Wendell.
Right on. Pleasure's having you.
Mr. Wendell.
Right on, right on. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions because, we're sitting in front of the audience tonight, and the reason we have this show because we want the audience to know that we have success stories. We got a plan here that we're going to bring in every lifer that we can possibly get that's coming home from prison and show what they did before they went to prison, what they're doing now, and what their future plans are. You know, so I want to ask you, what did you go to prison for?
I went to prison for petty theft with a prior.
Okay.
I was sentenced under 3 strikes law.
Okay. And how much time did they give you on that?
They gave me 25 years to life.
Okay. And how much time did you do?
18 years, 211 days.
Wow, down to the minute.
Down to the minute.
Okay.
You got to know it down to the minute.
Okay. Now you was under the 3 strikes, so it wasn't like the first time, the second time, it was third time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you went in on this third time. You went in, and after you got into the system, a bell rung, the light came on, and you saw and you felt that you got to do something different with your life because sooner or later you're gonna get out.
True.
You know, so you feel that you had to do something with your life other than what you was doing all these years prior to you coming this last time. So at what stage did you start rehabilitating yourself?
I believe I was in Corcoran State Prison, and I have been in prison like 5 years. And they passed the Anti-Terrorist and Effective Death Penalty Act, which essentially barred people, time barred you if you weren't in the courts in a timely fashion.
Right.
And what it did was kill the poor man's writ, the writ habeas corpus. And when they did that, I realized at that point in time that I was really being subjected to another man's education. And, you know, my parents had pressed me to get an education, and so, you know, I could read and write, you know, fairly well. So my first thought was,
That's cool.
learn the King's Perfect English with a bit of Latin mixed in and the California statutes and make it home.
It's gonna be all right, right?
Yes,
right,
sir.
Right. Okay, so you you realized you had to do something different. You started doing something. Did you? What kind of program did you attend while you was incarcerated?
Criminal programs. I went to NA and AA, but never really learned the 12 steps because that wasn't part of me leaving the drugs alone.
Right.
I just wanted to be involved. I wanted to hear other people's struggles, and I wanted to understand that I just wasn't struggling alone.
Right.
As I believed I mentioned criminal programs. I did the anger management. I did the handling suppression, the miseducation programs. I took all the education programs that I could possibly take. I received my certification in Microsoft Office.
Okay.
I did a bit of educating.
Okay. And going in the system, where was the reception center at when you went in the system?
San Quentin.
San Quentin. Okay. So you started in San Quentin.
Yes, sir.
And you left from San Quentin and you went where?
To Susanville.
Okay. So how many prisons did you live in prior to coming home?
4 total.
4 total. So what was the last prison you was at?
Solano State Prison.
Solano State Prison. How much time did you do there?
11 years.
11 years. Okay. So you paroled from? No, you didn't parole. You come to the court system.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How'd that happen?
Well, they passed a law, Proposition 36, and when they passed Proposition 36, they restructured your third strike. And although I had the 2 serious and violent felonies prior, my third strike was non-serious, non-violent. And I hired an attorney out here in Oakland, and he essentially took my retainer, did a small amount of work, and then guided me toward the public defender's office. And the actual chief public defender, Robin Lepesky, in Contra Costa County, she took an interest in my case, and
assist you in getting it back.
Yes, she did.
Show you right.
Yes,
That's
she
right.
did.
That's right. That's right. So you, the time that you did in prison, you used that time wisely. You did something that a lot of people don't do. You know, a lot of people go into prison, they do other things, but you used it to change your life to what you wanted it to be when you come home from prison. You start working yourself while you was in prison. So now you home. Okay, how long you been home, my brother?
I've been home 3.5 years.
3.5 years. Right. And you off paper.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you gave it back to him.
I gave him the platinum plaque back.
Right. We can't do that. Failure is not an option.
No, sir.
We can't go back. It's not an option. So now, with your life today, what are you doing now? Now I'm gonna mind you now. I'm telling y'all this is a success story. So I'm finna give you the second chapter of this. Okay, I gave you the first chapter. We're going to the second chapter now, and we're going into the success story. So what are you doing with your life now?
Well, I'm a reentry health conductor of Contra Costa County.
Okay.
I work with Contra Costa County Health Services and the Center for Human Development
Okay.
as that reentry health conductor. My primary concern is the health and reducing health disparities amongst people re-entering society and amongst the community. I also run a support group by the name of Remedy, Re-Entry Making Everyday Yours. And we have like a 3-pronged tactic with it. It's employment, housing, and health.
Okay.
And I mentioned health last, even though I'm a health conductor, is because health is what people look at last upon re-entering. Once you return, you know, you think about money first,
Right.
and you think about housing first.
Right.
But you know, we trying to become innovative and helping you look at your health.
Right. Now I wanna let the audience know. On your screen there, you have a number on your screen. And the number is 415-861-6645. Now, this brother's been home for a short period of time. Okay, he's doing all these good things in society. He's giving back. Okay, if you got any questions that you'd like to ask this brother, you know, feel free to call and ask the questions to satisfy what you want answered. Okay, ask the questions because he's home, and we're saying this because, see, a lot of people come home and they don't do nothing. They just home, right? We come home, we want to do something to give back to society. We want to be part of this. And we want to be able to pay bills. We want to be able to give back, you know, law-abiding citizens. So we want you to ask this brother questions. This is a success story. So call in and ask this brother questions. You know, so you home now and you're giving back. Okay. And you're giving back to people that some people thought that they couldn't do it. But you're giving them hope. You're giving back. So we want you to continue. You know, continue doing what you're doing, but we want you to tell society what you're doing, my brother. We want to know what your future goals are for the rest of your life.
Well, my future goals, to be honest with you, I would like to start a program. Housing is a real big issue as well. You know, when I came home, I had been gone so long, I thought that everybody carrying backpacks around, it was a lot of students. I thought it was a lot of people in college. Well, really.
Yeah.
And when I found out that people had actually all their whole belongings in a backpack, you know, that touched me in a certain way as well. The housing is truly a big issue. So I would like to have a program.
Okay.
Transitional housing.
Okay.
You know, which leads to long-term housing. You know, helping people because of the situation in prison does not teach you how to get or maintain housing. They house you. And housing out here is just really, it's sad.
It is.
You know,
It
watching
is.
the people
It
sleep
really
on
is.
the streets the way you're watching the people sleep on the streets.
Yeah.
So I would like to have a program to
Right.
where I could just help people,
Right.
you know, a whole person, not just the drug treatment,
Right.
you know, not just the mental illness,
Right.
but the whole person's care, everything.
Yeah. Well, like you said, the transition housing is a big thing for a lifer coming home from prison because lifers coming home from prison, it's mandated now by the Board of Prison Terms. If you do 20 years and over, you must go into transition housing. You must. You can't go home. You must go into transition housing. So the number of lifers that's coming home today is tremendous. You know, they letting life, if you got the time in and if you did the programs, they letting you come home. Right. So the brothers that's inside, you know, the ones that's doing this time and they got all these certificates and all these programs, if you keep doing what you're doing, staying disciplinary free, you coming home, okay, and you coming home into a drug program. So the transition housing that you speaking of, this is something that's needed in society. We're trying to make it to where we can have these programs, these houses for these brothers coming home and sisters, because we got sisters coming home too, at a large number,
sir.
you know, and we want them to come home and be comfortable coming home. The ladies coming home, see, they need a transition housing for ladies, not a co-ed, for ladies, because the ladies in prison and they left their children out here,
Yes.
right? So they need to be reunited with their children.
Yes, they do.
So they need a house where they can come in and they can be reunited with their children. So we trying to, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. You know, you and I are going to talk later on because this is going to happen. I got something on paper, and this is going to happen because we have to make it easy and make it the transition smooth for the people we left behind.
Yes.
We have to, you know, and the work that you're doing is outstanding, my brother. I want to commend you on that.
Thank you
It's
very much.
outstanding. You know, you didn't come home and drop the ball and say that I made it and everybody else that haven't made it is on them. You didn't do that. You came out and you putting the work in for the people we left behind. I commend you on that.
Thank you very much.
I commend you on that. And so you in what county now?
I'm in Contra Costa County, specifically East Contra Costa County.
Okay.
Right. I work at the Pittsburgh Health Center.
Pittsburgh Health Center. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
It's as a matter of fact, they did a newspaper article on me the other day
Okay.
about how I came home and just really started applying myself, and they wanted to show the distance that I had traveled from being a prisoner to being employed by the county at this point in time.
Right. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. You know. So anybody that say you can't do it, anybody say that you can't do it, we got a live, living story here. You know, that a brother come home, and not no long period of time, in a short period of time, he's did the metamorphosis out here on the street. So the saying, if you can do it, why can't I do it? You know, we live in America. We live in a society today where we got a black president. It never happened before. You know, we finna get a woman president. Yeah, she gonna win. You know, thumbs down, she gonna win. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in this country, we can do anything you want to do. The brothers that's coming home, sisters that's coming home from prison, come on out here and be part of this society. Live the American dream, right? The house up on the hill, the dog named Spot, you know, and the white picket fence, and live the American dream. We can do it in this country. And freedom of speech, you know. So with the work that you're doing, keep on doing what you're doing, man. You know, don't stop now.
That's what I intend to do.
Yeah,
sir.
don't stop now. It's just begun, you know. So yeah,
This is no time to get tired at this point in
right,
time.
right,
This is the time, as you said, I refuse to drop the ball.
right.
I spent a lot of time studying in prison, and I spent a lot of time watching and looking for, more mature behaviors to model as I was there, and just basically a lot of self-work. Once I started to apply myself legally and apply myself to studies, that led to transformative thinking.
Right.
I no longer had a desire to, to steal or
Right.
to, or to rob or to hoodwink anybody in any fashion.
Right.
Enough of that is going on. Enough of that has taken place in my past.
Exactly.
You could, once you look and see the community and the state that it's in at this point in time, it should be enough for anybody who's gone through what I went through to want to help.
Right. Yeah.
You got to want to help.
You got to want to.
Right.
You know, you put that, they call it the stinky thinking. You put the stinking thinking down, right? And you picked up something that's worth something, that's worthy of something, you know.
Yes,
and it's nothing greater than having to do something for somebody and then come back later on thanking you for what you've done. I mean, that's a paycheck within itself.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? The feelings of somebody come back and say, man, thank you, man. Mr. Terry, thank you for what you did. You made it to the point to where you gave me time to sit down and think about what I was doing. And look what I'm doing now. So that's a paycheck within itself.
The guy who came, the gentleman, I should say, who came to my hearing when I went before the courts, he just really beautiful young brother, truly believed in me right from the gate. He explained to the district attorney, when the district attorney asked him, how do you know that this isn't just some convict conning you?
Right. Yeah.
And his response was, this man has gone to school and has studied for over 10 years, to become something without ever having a date or knowing that he would ever get out of prison. If that doesn't prove that he is what he say he is, then I don't know what does.
Right. Yeah. Somebody believed in you.
Somebody believed.
Somebody believed in you.
Right,
And
he is my mentor right now to this
that's
day.
right on.
He's a good brother.
That's right on. That's
Really
right.
good brother.
Right. And that's what it takes. It takes somebody to believe in what you're doing, what we're doing. And one person can change the whole focus of a person. You know, sometimes you sit down and you listen to an individual talk, you know, and the words that we give back, the little words that we give back, you never know. It might change the person's life. You know,
Yes, sir.
so our work is cut out. Our work is cut
Yes,
out.
it is.
You know, and
Yes, it is.
you know, we just hold on to the rope, don't let go.
You can't let go.
You can't let go.
Can't
You
let
know,
go.
we did all this time behind the walls. We had a lot of rest. we're well rested.
Yes, we are.
You know, we don't need no more rest. We need to be out here in this rat race, you know, making it happen for somebody. Like I say, we helping the person that's less fortunate. We thinking that the one that say that, man, I'm all right, I'm cool. Well, you suffering from a disease you don't believe you have. You sick and you don't even know it. You know, so we're gonna show you, you know, how you sick, how to get unsick, how to start enjoying life, and get to the point to where you appreciate it. So where you say, I ain't going back. Failure is not an option. You know, failure is not an option. Straight ahead, and that's what you're doing today. And like I said, they did a article on you.
Yes, sir.
You know, just the other day. What, last week?
Yes, sir. Well, a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
I
matter of
think
fact,
this was the 1st of November.
Right. The brother sent me a copy of it. I got it on my phone.
Beautiful.
You know, brother sent me a copy. Outstanding. Outstanding, man. You keep doing what you're doing, brother. You know, don't never let nobody say, man, you think you this. Okay, well, they talked about Prophet Muhammad. They talked about Jesus Christ.
Yes, they did.
They don't talk about you something wrong. You know what I mean?
Right. I must not be doing that
Right.
right.
Yeah, exactly. So keep on doing what you're doing, man. We have to continue our fight, because the fight is not over until we take the gloves off.
That's right.
We refuse to take the gloves off. We got 8-ounce gloves. We sticking. We're
Man.
making a fillet.
Yes, sir.
We making a fillet, so we ain't gonna take the gloves off. You know, you out here in this world, you know, and they need people like you out here, come out of the belly of the beast, out the worst of the world. I call it hell. To come out of hell, like Job, get pushed up out of the well and come back to this society, you got a shot, you know, and you making a good out of it, man. You know, so yeah. I want you to say something to the society. I want you to say something to the people out there, and leave them with a good note, because if they don't know, they know now, and we're gonna give them your shot on knowing a little bit more.
Okay. Basically, if you have family in prison, be of support. Be of support. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter how large or how small the support. Mm-hmm. Just be of support. Let them know that they got somebody. I was fortunate to have family. You know, so I'm asking families to step up. I'm asking the faith-based community to step up. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, whatever has you tied down inside your building, and that's the only place that you feel like you can, you know, help or find God at. No. If you want a large church, if you want a big congregation, step outside the door of your small church, and you have a large church.
There you go. That's right.
You know, you have a lot of people to minister to.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of work to be done. Yeah. And finally, I just would like to say, you know, there are people who believe that we will not help each other.
Yeah.
They are banking that we won't help each other.
Yes, they are.
They have a school to prison pipeline. They say they know when to build a new prison cell by the 3rd grade.
Yeah, isn't that something?
That implies that there will be a whole 10 to 11 year span that no one in that child's life will help that child. Mm-hmm. No father, no mother, no auntie, no uncle, no granny, no nobody that's going to help that child. Right. That is that, and that is ludicrous. Yeah. To even feel that we won't help one another.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah. We want to thank you, brother, for coming on the scene. We really do. We need a lot of more success stories like yours, you know. And like I said, this show that we have It shows every other Thursday live at 6:30 to 7. And we have a show on channel 29 that shows every Saturday night, at 7.
Okay.
Like every Saturday night, right? It shows. And if you can't see it on 7 o'clock on Saturday night, if you can't see it every other Thursday live, if you got YouTube, you go on YouTube.
Okay.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, this show will be on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can look at it whenever you want to.
All right.
Right? If you miss parts that you think that you need to study a little bit, go back and look at it again until you get it. Right? Because we want to make this show available to anybody that has a TV, anybody that have a telephone, anybody that wants to see this over and over and over again. We want to make it available to you. So you have an opportunity to look at this show as often you want to and study this brother. Look at this brother, because you see, this is not the first time. It ain't going to be the last time that you see this brother. Okay, this brother is going to do big things in his life. He's here for a reason. See, God don't make mistakes. Everything that God do is for a reason,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Or whoever your higher power you may want it to be. I don't know, but I just say God. Okay, but don't make mistakes. Everything that's done is done for a reason. You went into the belly of the beast, right? To hell,
Yes, sir.
for a reason. You went in and you woke up, and you grabbed onto that bright light, and it pulled you out. And now you got work to do for the rest of your life. It's called give it back to society. So my brother, we commend you. Your work continues to go on, and don't stop doing what you're doing. They can't TKO you. They can't knock you out.
Can't stop, won't stop.
That's right. Won't stop.
More than a catchy phrase.
you go. So we want to thank the brothers for coming on tonight. Watch the show, man. Give us some feedback, and every chance you get, come on the show on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Every other Thursday at 6:30. Turn on the TV and watch the show. In 2 weeks, we have the district attorney coming on, God willing, on the good and the bad and the ugly, the Glenn Bailey story. We're going to bring us to the end. We're going to bring on the district attorney and allow him to come on and put an end to what people are saying about the people that go into the system. How they go in one way and come out another way. No, we go in one way and we do the metamorphosis inside, and we come out and we continue our lives. Life is great, man. We got another blessed day above ground. We got one more day to get something right. One day at a time. Straight ahead, tunnel vision. Thank you and have a good night.